Hey guys, it's Mark from Hallmark Pool Supplies. I'm here today to talk to you guys about how to prime the pump on your swimming pool. Although there are a lot of different systems and a lot of different pools, the priming process is going to be the same. And for this video, I'm going to be working with a Hayward filter system with a Hayward Super Pump, and I'm going to explain the easiest way we can go about priming our pump. So first, let's look at why we would be priming a pump. Maybe you lost prime, maybe you just bought a brand new pump and you've installed it and you've got to get it started. Well, when you buy a pump, obviously there's no water in it. Manufacturers usually will tell you to fill the pump with water before starting. This is so that we can prime the pump. On your average swimming pool, we have a drain and we have a skimmer. Some pools have multiple drains, some pools have multiple skimmers. It really makes no difference. The priming process will be the same because we are going to be priming one line at a time. It does make it easier for the pump to catch prime. It's kind of like us drinking from a straw. We can drink easier from one straw than 2 or 3 straws at the same time. So we look at the lines coming in. We have a drain line and we have a skimmer line. If both lines are open, I'm pulling 50% of water from the drain and 50% water from the skimmer. If I close one line, then I'm obviously pulling 100% from one line and 0 from the other. The pump does not care which line we prime from. We're just going to prime one at a time. So the best thing to do when we're getting ready to prime is we want to open the lid. And in this case, we're going to open the lid and we're going to examine the lid and make sure the lid is good, make sure it's not cracked, make sure that there's no debris or trash on the lid. We also want to make sure that we inspect the O-ring or the gasket, make sure that it's nice and clean, because if the gasket is damaged or the lid is cracked or there's trash in here, it will not make for a good tight seal. We also want to make sure our plugs are nice and tight. In this case, we've got one on the front and we've got one on the side, because if these plugs are not tight or they're loose, they will suck air, and it is very important that we don't have any suction leaks, as we call them, because it will make it much harder for the pump to prime. And once we do get the pump primed, if we're sucking a lot of air, we don't want to have air leaks or suction leaks, and I will be making a video pertaining to that at a later date. So let's just assume that everything is good. We've got a drain, we've got a skimmer, everything's airtight. The first thing we want to do is we want to close the drain and we want to close the skimmer. By closing these valves completely, now we're going to be able to get our garden hose. We're going to put our garden hose into the pump, and we want to let the garden hose run, and we're going to fill this pump literally flush to the top. It will automatically start pouring out. We know that we've got it good and filled. Once we've done so, we're going to remove the hose. Then we're going to come back here and we are going to put the lid down, making sure that the lid is good and secure, nice and tight, like so. And at this point, if I can reach the switch to the pump and work the handle, we're good. If the switch is further away, you may want to have somebody operate the switch while you work the handle, but the idea is to turn the pump on, and as soon as we turn the pump on, we're going to open this valve ever so slightly. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this as a reference point. We're going to see the water coming in, and when we initially turn the pump on, we're going to see the water drop, and then you're going to see water coming in, and as it's coming in, you're going to see it get faster and faster. Then that lets us know we can open the skimmer just a little bit more. We're going to see the water coming in even faster. Then we're going to open a little bit more, and we're just going to have to give it a moment. Be patient. As it's running and the water's coming in and we look like we're doing good, then we can open it all the way and she'll start running. She starts filling up. We've got it primed. We know it's good. Then we're going to go over to the other line, because remember, we're going to do one line at a time. Now we're going to go to the drain and we're going to open the drain just ever so slightly. If we open the drain all the way up, we're going to lose prime. We've got to do it slowly, just like we did the first one, little by little. And as we go, we see more and more air coming in. That's because we're pulling water from the drain now. And as it's coming in, it's filling up. We can then open it a little bit more. Now it's starting to run even better. And then we can open it all the way. And now it's primed and now it's running. So at this point, it was very, very basic, very simple. And there are a lot of different scenarios. For an example, if the system is level with the pool, if the system is lower than the pool, or if the system is higher than the pool, all will determine how easily this pump will prime. We also have distance. If the pool filter system is 20 feet from the pool, or if it's 100 feet from the pool, will make a big difference in regards to how easy or how quick the system will prime. In this case, it primed very easily. This is what we normally deal with, but let's just say we are dealing with a system that is maybe further away, or we're pulling water uphill, so it causes the pump to work a little bit harder to pull that water to us. Well, in that case, what we want to do is we're going to do the same thing. We're going to have these valves closed. We're going to make sure that we open the pump. We're going to get our hose, put water in here, fill this all the way up just like before. Then we're going to take the hose out. We're going to make sure we secure the lid. And put the lid down nice and tight. I'm going to turn the pump on. And as soon as I turn the pump on, I'm going to open the valve just a little bit to let that water start coming in. And like I said before, it doesn't matter if I use the drain or the skimmer. Pump doesn't care as long as it's getting water. But we're going to do this very, very slowly. And we're going to start bringing the water in, and you can start seeing it coming in. And you've got to sit here and watch it. And let's just say that you see the water just coming in and it's just not increasing. It's staying at the same rate. Remember, this is a visual point. So it's coming in and it's just not really building up any more flow, or it literally stops. If this happens, then what we want to do is we want to close this and then immediately turn off the pump. Then what we're going to do is we're going to open the lid and we're going to get our hose and we're going to put water in it again. We're going to fill it all the way back up again. And then we're going to take our hose out. We're going to put our lid back on, make sure this is secure. And then we're going to turn on the pump. And at the same time, start to open this valve slowly again, like where we had it before. And we're going to watch this. And we're going to see the water coming in. And if the water comes in and starts building up and getting faster, then we can go ahead and start to open this a little bit more. And as we open it more, you're going to see more and more water coming in. What we're doing is we're pulling that water towards us. Now, let's say the same thing happens again because we're pulling from a further distance or we're pulling uphill. Then at that point, we want to close this, turn off the pump. Now we're going to be able to open this again. And we're going to be able to get our hose and we're going to have to put water in it. Fill it back up again. Make sure she's nice and flush. Then we take our hose out. Now we can put this back on nice and tight. And then we're going to be able to come over here and turn the pump on. And at the same time, open this same valve that we were already working with. In this case, it's the skimmer. And we're just going to let that water come in. And now we start to see water coming in a little bit more. She's starting to run. She's getting primed. It's what we want. Then at that point, we can open a little bit more. If it backs down, we can always close the valve just a little bit more, let it catch up. Once it catches up, then we're going to be able to finally open that valve and we're going to have that primed. Then we're going to do the same thing with the drain. We're going to open it up slowly. You're going to get a lot of air. The water's going to go down. That's normal because we're now going to prime this line. And we just let this go and slowly work it little by little like we did the skimmer, and this will prime. Now let's just say for an example that we opened this up a little too much and we lost prime again. No worry. All we're going to do is we're going to turn off the valves here and then we're going to turn off the pump. That way we can open this back up and put more water in it again. Sometimes you have to prime pumps multiple times depending on height or distance. And what we're doing as an example is kind of like this glass of water that I have with a straw. If I put the straw in and put my thumb over the straw, you can see that it holds a liquid. And the moment that I release my thumb, you see the water come out. This is what these valves are doing. These valves are holding the water that we've pulled from the pool to the pump so that we don't lose that flow. And this way, once this gets primed, these valves will hold that water just like my thumb over the straw. So at this point in time, we've got this filled back up. We're going to put our lid back on, tighten her down. We're going to turn on the pump. As soon as we turn on the pump, we're going to be able to open this valve slowly, but what we're going to find is we're going to actually be able to open it a little bit quicker because we already had that line primed and now it's running. And now we're going to go back to this line and work it again slowly until this starts filling up and we get all the air out. Now everything is running, it's getting better. Now we can open it and now we've got it primed. And so it's running now, it's fully primed, and it is very important that when priming a pump that you make sure that it is primed and you do have it going, because you do not want to walk away from this if this is just barely running, because pumps that run with no water in them for a long period of time, this is a normal basket from a Hayward super pump, and this is the result of the same basket in a super pump when it is running with no water in it. It gets so hot the water will literally boil. I have seen baskets shrivel up like this. I've seen pumps get so hot that the plumbing even gets warped and deformed. If we have that, we're going to have a bigger problem. So always stand by the pump to make sure that it is primed, it's running, you've got it good. And for those of you that have systems that are higher than the pool, anytime we want to clean the basket in the pump, it's always wise to turn off the pump and then close both valves so that we can open this to clean our basket out when we get debris in it. When we're done, we can put the basket back in. We can secure the lid, and once we've done so, we're going to be able to turn the pump on and then be able to open our valves back up, because keep in mind at that point we're already primed. The reason we're doing that is because if I leave the valves open and remove the lid, it's just like the straw with my thumb. All the water is going to go back down, and then you're going to have to prime the pump again. This right here will hold the prime, so when you clean this out and put it back on and open these up, you'll be ready to go. Okay, so as a rule of thumb, we also want to make sure when we're priming a pump that we also have enough water in the pool, because if your water level's low, you're definitely not going to be able to prime. So make sure that the water level's high enough. And for those of you that are having or experiencing a problem priming off of the skimmer, it could be that you have a clogged skimmer. And if that is the case, I will be making a video at a later date in regards to unclogging your skimmer. And I want to thank you guys for the recent support. We've been getting a lot of new subscribers lately. If you guys haven't already subscribed, do so now. If you guys found this video to be helpful, make sure you hit the like button. If you have any questions, comment down below or contact me. I will be glad to help. Remember us for all your pool needs at hallmarkpoolsupplies.com. As always, I appreciate you watching. My name is Mark, and I'll see you guys on the next video.